What causes underachievement? It's important to remember that just because giftedness isn't evident in a student, that doesn't mean giftedness doesn't exist. Underachievement is a behaviour, and like all behaviours, has purpose. It could be a means of fitting in with peers. It could be a way to maintain some sense of self-worth because they feel insecure emotionally. It could be a means of gaining some control in their life in opposition to parental pressure. Any number of things can be the driving purpose behind underachievement. As teachers, our aim should be to seek out what that purpose is in the mind of the student and find ways to guide them into more positive learning behaviours. It's generally accepted that underachievement is a behaviour. The good news is that as such, it can change because behaviours can be modified. Researchers stress the importance of identifying the behaviours, then implementing strategies to modify them to bring about more positive learning outcomes. Some key work to support this is the mindset theory developed by Carol Dweck, in which she advocates the growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. Underachievement is also content and subject specific and may only occur in regard to schoolwork, as it's not necessarily behaviour that applies across all aspects of life. It's also a relative term. What is deemed success, or failure, defines what is seen as underachievement. The student may not feel he or she is underachieving at school if successful in sporting or social aspects of it, particularly if these are what they value. Underachievement is closely tied to self-perception. A student's own perception of themselves as a learner can limit or inhibit effort levels, and in this way lead to a spiral of failure. The impact of parents, siblings and friends can contribute to the development of student underachievement. If a student has parents who do not value academic achievement or demonstrate beliefs that link it to success in life, if parents disparage school and teachers, or if they appear to hold the view that success at school didn't help their career path, then students may develop similar belief patterns and values in regard to learning. Home issues such as divorce or other stressful situations can also bring about student underachievement. Depending on the severity and duration of the issues within the home, underachievement may be a short-term response or become an ongoing problem. If a student is confronted by peer group pressure that does not value academic achievement, the child may consciously decide to do work at the same level as the friends in order to fit in. They have the choice of being part of the group or being successful, and for many their choice is to fit in. A second major impact is the school environment. Boredom brought about by curriculum that lacks challenge or interest can lead to poor effort levels and work habits, with students either disengaging completely or completing tasks too quickly and without care. A negative response from teachers to students' enthusiasms or abilities over time may cause students to disengage with learning because they feel the teacher doesn't like or understand them. Alternatively, they may produce poor work to get back at the teacher. Low expectations from the teacher can also bring about underachievement. Students may just follow the simplistic model demonstrated, or they may lack the motivation to complete unchallenging work, or, from the affective side of things, may simply like the teacher and want to do exactly what's been asked for, regardless of the low level. Another possibility to consider is that there may be an unrecognised learning disability impacting. If this is the case, this cause can be further investigated in the following module on twice exceptionality. The student's own personality traits and beliefs also contribute to underachievement. Perfectionism can be an issue. If they're never satisfied with the work they produce, they may not complete it or hand it in. As their self-esteem drops, they may develop an aversion to even starting a task, seeing it as a futile endeavour anyway. These students are often highly competitive, but don't appear so. They want to be winners, but have not learned to cope with losing, with the result that they may narrow their efforts to things they know they'll achieve well in and avoid everything else. There's often a lack of self-esteem. They don't believe in their own abilities and fear being shown up as a failure. They've often not learned to persevere when things get hard. They see difficulties as evidence that they're not as clever as people think, rather than seeing it as part of the learning process. They can also lack a feeling of personal control over their educational success. They may feel real or imagined pressure to achieve from parents and react negatively to this. Or they may set unrealistic goals. Too high can be an issue as they often don't understand the link between effort and success and so fail to achieve the goal. Goals set too low mean they're too easily achieved and bring no sense of satisfaction. Underachievers often have low levels of self-efficacy as learners. They don't develop self-confidence because they don't have a sense of effort leading to achievement. It is through struggle and achieving what was thought too hard that self-confidence or self-efficacy is built. When working with underachievers, identifying the possible causes of the underachievement is important, but it is the selection of strategies that will mitigate or reverse the behaviours these causes have produced that will bring about improved student achievement and develop satisfaction as a learner.